Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Plymouth Isle. Today we are working on the Consignment Store, and this is in the town center here, right next to the community gardens and right across the street from the bookstore Rabbit Hole. So this lot is the only lot we're doing in this video, so it's a little bit shorter of an episode. This is actually kind of the length of, the length I prefer for these Plymouth Isle episodes. Like the previous two were both over 40 minutes long, which I usually try to avoid because I feel like it's kind of a lot just all at once. But yeah, this one a little bit better in terms of the video's length here, and it's only because I'm doing one lot. But this is a larger building, which is why I decided to dedicate an entire episode to it, because I just knew in advance that I would be probably tackling a lot here. So this ends up, of course, not being just a consignment store. I end up having 2 apartments above it, and there's room for 3 more apartments above that. I didn't furnish all of them or finish them all off. I said in the previous couple episodes that I wasn't planning on doing too many more of these apartments, like these decorative apartments on the community lots. This one was one I wanted to do it on, though, because I wanted to make a pretty big building in this area. So yeah, I end up finishing off 2 of the apartments on the second floor because I wanted to have that level of detail and consistency, because I've been doing that with the other ones. But there was room for 3 more apartments on the third floor, and it really doesn't need to have all of those finished off. So I ended up actually placing in hidden room markers, which you can get in Buy-to-Bug, and essentially when you're in live mode and you kind of look at that floor, they're just kind of blacked out. So of course, if you really want to, you can add your own apartments. Again, they're decorative. Sims can actually use all the stuff in there, but there's no oven or anything, no oven or microwave, no way of cooking things, because it's a community lot. So they're meant to be decorative. But of course, you can download this lot. There's a link in the description below, and it's for lot number 16 in Plymouth Isle. So that's where it goes, or at least that's where I built it. So if you decide to download it, you can put in your own apartments up there if you want to completely finish it off. But I thought that it really wasn't essential to do that. I just kind of wanted to do the second floor, though. So anyway, the entire first floor of the building is going to be the consignment store. And I looked at the consignment store in in Twinbrook, so I can get an idea of what's supposed to be in there. And of course, consignment stores came with ambitions, and actually a lot of lots came with ambitions. I think this is the final ambitions lot in the world. So because I've already done the salon, I've already done the laundromat, I've already done the fire station, I've done a junkyard, and then there's this lot here, the consignment store. So yeah, although I've already done a consignment store, I did the Elixir consignment store, but that was supernatural. But anyway, so essentially it's a pretty simple store. I don't know entirely how it works with the items on display, if your Sims can just buy them. I've never actually played with consignment stores in game. I just never got around to that. But I know your Sims can sell things at consignment stores, or put things up for sale anyway. So it's a way for Sims to make money on items that they collectible items, or things they invent, I guess. But yeah, because of course the store has shelves full of items also. But I believe most of that, I don't know if those are buyable, but there's also clothes and changing rooms that were in there, which I'm pretty sure were just for decoration. But I do include them in here as well, of course. Now, I was trying to build a fire escape like I did with the fire station last episode, but it wouldn't let me place the ladder, and I think it's because of the freeze level I have. So yeah, I'd end up not having a ladder there for this fire escape. So we can just maybe pretend that there's a ladder there, or just imagine that maybe the ladder broke off and it's not being used anymore. But I don't know. I just kind of like the detail of having the fire escape there. But anyway, the structure of the building is done here. We have 3 kind of nice bay windows kind of in the front, and also the nice awning. It wraps all the way around actually to the back, because there are storefront windows in the back of the lot too. And I wanted to do that because, well, the back of the lot faces the ocean, which is nice. You probably want to like have, the building kind of look nice from that angle, also because you're seeing the back of the building from the wharf, which is kind of behind this area, like by the water. So when you're like looking up at the town center from the wharf, you're seeing the back of this building. So I kind of wanted it to look a little bit nicer. And also, like when you're in the store, it's nice to have like that view of the ocean. And there's also this pathway that goes all the way around the building as well. So there's probably going to be people walking, behind the building. So I kind of wanted it to look finished from all angles as well. So here I'm starting to put in some windows. We have some nice large windows, also these smaller ones as well. And yeah, you can see that awning there, quite large. And I go for kind of a blue color scheme on the outside, which you can see I've started with the awning, but we'll get to later on when I start with the wall textures and stuff. But anyway, inside the store there's a kind of a back room, and those are 2 bathrooms I just put in right there. And here I'm just putting in the counter, the front counter. And I'm also going to put in some changing rooms as well. But right now I'm just painting the lot with this stone texture, which I've been using throughout the town center here. So yeah, it just kind of helps match it with the rest of the buildings here. And you can see it kind of connects to the greenhouse there that's in the kind of gardens next door. So yeah, your Sims can walk between the greenhouse and the consignment store, which is kind of nice. It's a kind of a nice connection there. And here I'm actually changing out the roofs with conical roofs. I don't use these very often. I was going to use my more standard, I think they're octagonal roofs, is what I normally use. But yeah, I used the conical roofs there, which is interesting. And here I'm going to get some stone on just on the lower levels, just for these kind of pillars here. I kind of have these thick pillars that go between the windows on the storefront area, so just using some stone for that. And then I put in some paneling and then brick. So those are the primary exterior materials on the building. Just kind of going with a lot of brick in the town center. The city hall is brick. That's a rabbit hole, of course, so I can't really control that. But like I made the library brick, I made the fire station brick. So like, might as well continue with the theme here, keep it consistent. Of course, not all the buildings here are brick. There's some with siding and some with stone. It's a good mix, but I thought this would look good with some brick on it. So I went with this brick that kind of has the little corner detail there, like the stone in the corner on the edge, just to kind of add a nice bit of detail. And then I go for kind of a more muted red, not that neon red that was there by default. Yeah, and here I'm just putting that everywhere. Looks quite good. I think it looks nice. And of course, this building also has a mansard roof, which has been a theme of a lot of the community lots I've been doing. So like the library had it, the fire station had it, and there was other ones. The gym I did that as well with the gym. So yeah, you can kind of tell. Yeah, kind of a theme here. It just kind of works well because like from ground level it looks like it has a roof, but then you kind of have the flat area, so you can kind of put the air conditioning units up there and kind of make it look a little bit more detailed as well. Anyway, here I am recoloring the windows, so windows and doors and all that kind of stuff. Again, usually I should probably recolor them first and then place them instead of placing them and then recoloring them, but it is what it is. So just recoloring the windows here so they kind of are more wooden looking, a little bit more, have a bit more character to them as opposed to just the stark white. Yeah, so just doing that now. So just recoloring all the windows, and there we go. So yeah, and on these bay windows, I was going to use a different paneling, but I ended up using the same one that I put on the frieze there, so it has the same kind of nice light blue. And yeah, so I also do change the awning color, so it's kind of a more gray blue instead of that bright blue. I thought it kind of fit better, but I kind of just went for a nice blue color scheme. I thought it was like kind of nice light and kind of inviting looking. And here I'm just adding some brick to the kind of the rooftop there, just kind of the edging there around the roof. And yeah, so I think we're going to jump inside, and we go inside and outside and kind of jump around a lot here, but for right now I think I'm going to put down the initial layout for the interior. So just looking for the correct items here. So oh yeah, there's the changing rooms. I just built those. So yeah, these shelving units here came with ambitions, and they're meant for consignment stores, and so did these little kind of stands that have like the clothes on them. I don't know why they only have female ones. There's no like male mannequins, but whatever. And here I'm just putting in some furniture. I don't know why, but the the consignment store that came with Ambitions had like a bunch of furniture in it. So I don't know if that stuff is supposed to be for sale or just decorative. I don't know. But I put some furniture in too. So yeah, whatever. And I also use these curtains there to kind of make a nice little privacy thing for the changing room. Now you may have seen that mailbox I just placed on the wall. And now that was, yeah, there it is right there next to the door for the apartments. I really like that object. I thought it was kind of cool. Of course, there was way too many like mailbox units there, compared to how many apartments there are. But unfortunately, it keeps disappearing. Every time I go into Edit Town and come back, it disappears. So I had to keep replacing it, and eventually just gave up. I think it's only supposed to go on apartment lots, like from late night. So since this is not a designated apartment lot and it's designated as a consignment store, it probably just kept disappearing for that reason. So, oh well, but it was a nice idea, I guess. So anyway, right here, I'm just going to put like some benches just inside this covered area. Like the area there is basically just where the front door is for the apartments. It's kind of just like undercover. It's kind of a pass through that just goes straight through to the back there. But anyway, here I am putting in the flooring. It has parquet wood flooring pretty much throughout. And here I'm just also going to put in, I think, some tile just by the entrance. So just doing that. So just have just some beige tile, nothing too special there. And also doing the bathrooms in the back room there, and also just getting some of the wood flooring around the hallway. It's kind of a complicated hallway situation there on the second floor, but it's fine. Yeah, so the second floor is 2 apartments. Each one is 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and they have separate living room. Well, actually, one of them has a separate living room, dining room, and kitchen, and one of them has a combined dining room, kitchen space. But they each have, separate living rooms. They're kind of nicer than a lot of the apartments that I've done, which, you've seen have been extremely cramped and tiny. Well, I guess you would have seen if you've watched the previous episodes. So yeah, but these ones are a little bit more spacious. You can see here, this one has this space for a dining room there, and then like the separate kitchen here, and then this one here has a combined kitchen dining room. So, but yeah, still a pretty good amount of space, and the bay windows are nice for natural light. So yeah, but just putting in some preliminary things. I also kind of made an open kind of atrium area there. So the landing for the second floor is kind of open. The landing, I guess, on the third floor is open and kind of looks down onto the second floor landing there, which is kind of nice. So yeah, up here I separated it off into 3 apartments, but I don't end up doing anything more than that. I place in hidden room markers in there, so in gameplay they will just be black. So yeah, but it's just kind of an extra space there. Like a lot of the buildings in Twinbrook that came with Ambitions, they I think the laundromat there and this consignment store, or not this consignment store, but the consignment store in Twinbrook, they have like 3 stories, but only the first floor is actually furnished. Like the other 2 floors are just completely empty. So I thought I would go the extra mile and do the second floor, but the third floor was a little bit much. I didn't think that was entirely necessary to do. So yeah, but anyway, here I'm just putting in some outdoor landscaping. So pretty simple, just some bushes and stuff, and some trees. Nothing too over the top here, and a bit of terrain paint as well, just in those corners. But yeah, I mean, that's mostly it for landscaping. I'll just put some plants there on like other side of that like walkway that connects it to the greenhouse there, which I thought was nice. But anyway, as we enter the store area here, you can see just recoloring the counters and just recoloring a lot of things. I actually struggled to find enough items to put on the shelving, like just like finding like clutter items and stuff that like fit on there. There weren't that many things that would make sense, unfortunately, but it's okay. You'll see it looks pretty good in the end. And here I put some clothing racks in as well. So we got that there. And also putting in these bathrooms here. So these 2 bathrooms are pretty much mirror images of each other. They're exactly the same. They're just simple public restrooms here. So people visiting the store can use them, employees can use them, etc. And yeah, just coming up here to these railings and stuff. Creative Style was lagging a lot, which is great. But I managed to get everything recolored here as it needed to be done. So just doing that, and yeah, so that is that stuff. So right here, these are the changing rooms. So if your Sims changed on clothes, or tried on clothes, they could use those changing rooms there. There's also a little back room here. I don't actually end up putting anything on the shelves back there, but yeah. So that's just like a nice little detail there. So it's like an extra storage room. For things that they can't fit in the store, they put back there. Anyway, here I'm getting the wallpaper in for the store and getting in some items now on the shelves. So just a bunch of random things. So there's like some plants, some toys, some electronics, just a variety of stuff here. So yeah, just putting in some just clutter items and things, just whatever kind of fit and made it look kind of, full and kind of somewhat like nice. Also the yellow horse, of course, there it is. Also, that was a rhyme unintentionally. There it is. The yellow horse is here, never fear. Oh my gosh, that was another rhyme. Okay. Anyway, yeah, and also just some random toys there on that bottom shelf, some action figures, I guess. And there's also some stereos over here, and I put in that little teapot clock. That's nice. Like some picture frames, like an underwater camera, a lamp there. I don't know, just like random things just around here that just kind of would, make it look like there's actually stock in the store. Also some toys and things like that as well, and some pots there with watermelons on them. That's nice. And also some just like general like laundry detergent and stuff there, I guess, if your Sims need to buy that, whatever. And some trophies, those go together. And yeah, and also just recoloring these kind of hangers there for the clothes, and also recoloring the furniture. And I'm also going to put a chair in. So you got a little chair, I guess. If your Sims want to buy that, they can, theoretically. And also a rug. So lovely. And a stereo system. So anyway, that's that, I guess. Oh, I'm going to recolor the mannequins here. So it shows different clothing options. It's kind of strange that the mannequins are like only female, and then like the clothes in the rack seem to be only like men's clothing primarily. I don't know why they did it that way, but it's fine. And here I'm putting in some various lights around inside, so it's not like super dark inside, which is good. And I'm also gonna put, I think, like a rug by the front door there, just so like people don't track mud or anything in. It's better that way, I guess. And there's the cash register. So that's the Consignment Store cash register. So it will actually function as a consignment store, which is always convenient. And also there is a nice bit of artwork there, because why not? So what is next? I guess the changing rooms. So I just put some wood paneling in the changing rooms and just recolored some stuff. There's also some mirrors in there, of course, and stools. So, basic things you get in a changing room, and also putting the wall paint there in the bathrooms. And I think that's pretty much it for this first level here. So that's pretty much it for the consignment store itself. So I guess we're going to move on fairly shortly to doing the apartments, or maybe some more outside stuff. I guess we'll see. I also found this sculpture there in Buy-to-Bug, which, is nice, I guess. And also some random toys and stuff from Buy-to-Bug too that your Sims can invent. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the store. Let's see what we're doing here. Yeah, so this is the entrance here for the apartments. So it has its own separate entrance, of course, and separate staircase that goes upstairs. And then I'm just doing the hallways here. Those are the doors to the apartments I didn't actually end up doing. And yeah, I'm also going to get a light fixture in, of course, which is always good to have. And I also put a light here and put a chain, so it kind of hangs there from that very high ceiling, which is kind of classy. And also getting in some wall lights, of course, just so it's kind of, lit up. So just doing that, putting those around. Also some lights here on this freeze level, because otherwise it looks strangely dark. So I'm just doing that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the hallway. Don't do too much with that. Other than those things. And I'm going to just paint the areas here black, or like where your Sims can't go. I also put skip level markers in the freeze levels, so when you're actually in live mode, the game will automatically skip over the levels that are just freezes and don't have anything in them. But anyway, now we're moving on to the apartments. So this is the first one here. It's pretty simple. So this is the kitchen area, of course. You have a nice 6-seat table, which is kind of a lot considering it's only a 1-bedroom, but it's fine. And yeah, just getting in some tile walls there, And also going to recolor the cabinets, of course, and like all the other apartments I've done in this series, there are no stoves, ovens, there's no microwaves, because I can't do that on a community lot by just normally. I don't even know how you do that. It's like some weird workaround you have to do to get ovens there. I was only able to get it on the fire station because I placed down an existing fire station and then just kept the oven but deleted everything else. So yeah, that's pretty much the only way I know how to do it easily, so I didn't do that here. So yeah, so your Sims can still make quick meals in the kitchens here because there's still a refrigerator, but there's no way to heat up food or cook food. But anyway, that's the kitchen dining room for this apartment. And right now we're going to do the living room area. So the living room is pretty nice. You can see it has a nice bay window there as well. And has a couple couches in it and a TV. So yeah, pretty good size. And I also have like a little desk there with a computer, and also this kind of like cool corner bookshelf there, which I quite like. I thought was a nice little detail there. So just doing that, and I'm going to recolor the couches and stuff, and also the TV stand as well. So yeah, pretty simple living room. Just going to add in a few details here. So there's also a chair. That's nice. And a lamp as well, and I'm of course going to put in a chair for the desk, and also a computer and a rug and all that kind of stuff, curtains, you get the idea. So pretty simple living room, just doing those things here. So there's the desk finished, and also getting in the curtains here. Kind of a nice green color scheme in this room, and a larger rug as well, because I didn't want a kind of weird tiny rug in there. So there you go. And yeah, and we have the bathroom to do now. So the bathroom is pretty spacious as well. So it's a pretty good sized apartment here. So it has a separate tub and shower actually, which is pretty nice. And I kind of went for like this pink or like very soft salmon and yellow and white color scheme, which was kind of interesting. So I'm just doing that here and getting in all the details. So we have like the toilet paper and the towels and stuff, and there's the bathtub, which fits in pretty nicely. So yeah, there you go. Just doing that, and there's gonna be some details in here. So some more towels, of course, and some mats on the floor. And yeah, so there you go. It's the bathroom, and the last room we have here is the bedroom. So it's a pretty good sized bedroom here as well, and of course it's a closet. As I've been doing with all my builds recently, they all have closets in the bedrooms. There's also a nice armoire or wardrobe in this room as well, which is nice. So yeah, just doing that here. It's kind of got a blue color scheme in here, and getting some clothes in the closet there as well. And yeah, just doing some of that kind of stuff. So some artwork there, and of course I'm going to put in some lamps and stuff. So yeah, just some good general details in this room, just making it look nice. Also a little bookshelf there and some curtains. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this apartment. It wasn't too much to do here, but yeah, there you go. So that's an apartment done. So the next apartment here kind of has this hallway, and all the rooms connect to the hallway here. So there's a bathroom, a bedroom, a kitchen, and then a living room and dining room. So the living room and yeah, I already said all the rooms. Okay, anyway, yeah, so the living room and dining room are separate, and the kitchen and dining room are separate. There's no like shared rooms here, so it's kind of like an older style. Of course, this is meant to be like an older building, so it's not like super modern or open floor plan in these apartments. They're kind of a little bit more old-fashioned looking, but yeah, maybe pretty simple living room here. Again, a very similar layout to the other one. So we have the two couches here, and then also the TV. I don't think there's a chair in this room though, but that's fine. So yeah, just doing all that kind of stuff in here, getting some lights in, also some nice bookshelves and a rug. So yeah, just getting all that kind of stuff in here, but pretty simple room overall. So yeah, there you go. And now we're gonna move on to the dining room. So yeah, this one has its own dining room, which is nice. A little fancier. Again, it's a 6-seat dining table for an apartment that only has one bedroom, but maybe if you entertain people, it could be nice to have some more chairs there. There's also a china cabinet, bit of artwork, and that's pretty much it. So now we're going to do the kitchen here. So the kitchen, its own separate room, which, is more kind of old-fashioned, not very modern, but it's kind of the look I was going for. And the kitchen's kind of got a blue color scheme in here, so got kind of blue tile countertops, and I also go for some blue tile on the floor as well. So again, a little bit more of a dated appearance here, not like ultra-modern or anything. But yeah, just getting into all the things in there, and that's pretty much it for the kitchen there. So next we're going to move on to the bathroom. So this is going to be the final room in here in this apartment. So yeah, pretty simple. It has a tub shower combination, and then a single sink and a toilet, and that's pretty much all it's got. Pretty simple bathroom. So just doing the colors in here, essentially, just getting it all kind of finished off, and getting some of the details in, of course, the toilet paper, towels, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the apartments. Again, the third floor, not much is really going on up there. I mean, I'm going to touch on it. Oh, I forgot about the bedroom. Wow, that was good. I was like, oh yeah, we did a living room, dining room, kitchen, bathroom. That's all you need. You don't need a bedroom. Yeah, okay, totally forgot about the bedroom. So we're doing the bedroom now, and this is the final room in the apartment. So yeah, pretty simple, but pretty nice bedroom. It's near the front of the apartment. Actually, the only room in the apartment with ocean views. The other one doesn't have any ocean views because it's in the front of the building. Not too much foresight was used there, but it's fine. So yeah, pretty nice bedroom here. Kind of got that beige and almost like a very dark purple kind of color scheme here. Very sophisticated appearance, and also a rug in the hallway. But there we go. That's that apartment done. And even though you can't see this in gameplay because I put the hidden room markers in, I did still put some curtains in these kind of apartments and some floors and walls, and that's pretty much it for that. So yeah, that's the interior done, I believe. So we're nearing the screenshots. So I hope you stick around for the screenshots. Kind of shows everything off nicely. And of course, you can check out any of the episodes in this series in the playlist that should be linked in the description below. And you can also check out some of the house builds on my channel. I have plenty of those. Been building a bunch of houses in Plymouth, Isle as well. And yeah, just doing some more details here. I put that mailbox back only for it to disappear again later, so whatever. And here I'm just putting in the room markers so that these rooms will be hidden in gameplay, so not like anything super fancy there. And I made one final attempt to try to get the ladder to fit into these stairs here, but unfortunately it didn't work. So yeah, the fire escape doesn't have any way of actually getting to the ground. So, it's fine. We don't worry about that. So, yeah, and there's also just windows, not doors, which is pretty normal, of course. So, yeah, pretty small windows, though. I imagine it'd be a little hard to get through those. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and I hope you all have a great day.